Live now to Newsthread in central Gaza, and Sam Rose, Acting Director of UNRWA Affairs in Gaza and Deputy Humanitarian Coordinator. Sam, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay, so the plan right now is for hundreds of aid trucks to start rolling across the border into Gaza once that ceasefire begins. I want you to listen to one of your colleagues from the World Health Organization on some of the obstacles ahead that they think they'll face.
What's critical, though, is the significant security and the political obstacles to delivering aid across Gaza are removed. So we need a rapid, unhindered and safe access and expedited flow of aid into and across Gaza.
What challenges are you expecting specifically in the next couple of days? And in particular, I'm just curious, is there enough left of a road network which can accommodate hundreds of trucks every day?
Thanks. Look, first of all, I'd echo the comments from the colleague from WHO. From the start of this war, it's been a massively difficult supply chain operation. The basics, the things that we normally take for granted, those elements that are obligations under parties to the conflict to facilitate, i.e. entry of aid, have been systematically hindered and constrained. That situation has been compounded by breakdowns in law and order on the ground, criminality, and as you say, the destruction to the road network here. Now, look, the challenges we are going to face are manifold. First of all, there's an issue of volume, bringing that volume of commodities into Gaza. It's something we were able to do before the Rafah operation happened in May. So we have the capacity. It's just something that we've not done for several months, and we don't know yet the precise details of how this will work at the crossing point. But the aid is there on the borders. 4,000 trucks of aid is out there. 2/3 of all food aid waiting outside Gaza belongs to UNRWA, and we stand ready to bring that aid in. Many of our warehouses have been inaccessible for several months, but we're working to prepare to get them ready. We have the distribution networks, we have the staff on the ground. We'll be doing this also at the same time as many hundreds of thousands of people we anticipate will be on the move. People who for over a year now have not been able to go back to Gaza City. The final concern I'd flag is just around concerns about law and order issues on the ground. And often in these circumstances, when the conflict finishes, we see an uptick in law and order and criminality on the ground. That is a concern, something we're looking into and monitoring very closely.
Just looking at the numbers here, you say there's 4,000 trucks waiting to roll. Initially, 600 aid trucks will be allowed in, or will cross the border. So do you have any idea over what period of time you'd expect to see the number of trucks to increase? Ultimately, how many trucks are needed every day to meet either a basic level of assistance?
The flow of aid has to increase from the first day. That is part of the success of the continued progress of the ceasefire, that sufficient aid gets in. So we have to get that up and rolling from day one. We've done it before. We were able to do it before the conflict. If trucks are able to come and go safely from those crossing points, this is both in the south of Gaza, but also in the north, then we can do what we can do. The supplies of aid have been so paltry over the past several months that in a way, any increase will be a success, but we need to get in as much as possible. We don't just need aid, though. People need more than aid. We need fuel to flow. We need spare parts. We need supplies, that hospitals can get back up and running, that electricity plants can get back up and running, that we can provide water through pipes rather than trucks. There's all sorts of things that need to happen beyond the supply of aid. But that's the first part. And one more important thing that we need to highlight is a major concern we have of unexploded ordnance. Given the intensity and the duration of the conflicts here, we fear large amounts of unexploded ordnance and many people, particularly children, at risk. So we're ramping up our risk awareness programs in this area as well.
Just very quickly, if history is any judge, what often happens in conflicts like this is that the Israeli military offensive will ramp up right until the last minute when the ceasefire is implemented. I think we're seeing that happen now. Is that being your experience? Is that what you're seeing on the ground? And are you expecting this last minute ramp up by the Israelis? And how are you preparing for that?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a horrible, horrible tragedy when this happens. It appears we're seeing it here. We saw it in Lebanon a couple of months ago. We've seen it in previous conflicts in Gaza. But it's not just a feature of this conflict. Let's be reminded by the 2,800 people who died on the day of the armistice in 1918, before that 11 o'clock armistice. So we are increasing our security awareness. We're providing alerts. We're ready to respond to those who are hit, and we're calling on all parties to halt this escalation. There is so much at stake here, and we need to be preparing. We need to be getting ready rather than meeting out these last-minute tit-for-tat and attacks.
Sam Rose, it's been a long 15 months. Let's hope this is the end of it, and thank you for being with us, sir.
Thank you.